So the first thing that we're going to talk about is assets. Okay, so let's go to view, and we got customize toolbar, and let's go to panels. Let's look for assets. ASS, we got an asset here, and check it. So it pops up over here. If yours pops up anywhere else, we are good to go. So we have default over here. Now it comes with few icons for you to choose from. So we have simply, if you click the default, okay, this list will drop, and simply flat icons, if you click it, we have default ones for you. Okay, they are all vectors, so you can add and just change the colors. So if you drag and drop, you can drag. All you need to do is just drag and drop, okay, and use them on your designs. So if you want to change the color, you can change the, when they are grouped together, so you can right click and then on group all. Now you can change the color like that. Okay, so if you want whatever that you want, you can go through that. This is the default one. Now we can create our own assets. When it comes to overlays, textures, you can just store them here, so that always we won't be looking around our resources in folder by folder. Okay, so let's click this guy, and for me, you can see I have 5 overlays here, but there's nothing in it, and I have leaves, there's nothing in it. Okay, so let's start from the default. So if I want to store all my rainbow overlays in here, all that I need to do is click this arrow over here and create a new category. I will name it rainbow overlays. Okay, rainbow overlays. All right, click OK. Now it opens up assets. All I need to do is drag and come and drop all my rainbow overlays. So let's say I'm working on a design like this, okay, and I want to use overlays here. All I need to do is pull them up. So I'll go to view and customize toolbar, look for assets, and then check it. So it pops up, and I can drag and drop an overlay, change the blend mode to screen, and just resize. So all you need to do is create a new category. Okay, so let's say I can name this glass. All right, and I'll go and locate where I have these glass overlays, select all of them, and then drag, okay, and come and drop onto the assets, and then I can use them. So that's very big. Let me zoom out and resize it. Now let's look at the next one. All right, so the next one is the background eraser brush. Works like the object selection and stuff, but this is how this one works. Let's go and select the eraser tool. Okay, this is the erase brush tool. So this is the normal eraser, it cleans. Below it, below the erase brush tool is the background erase brush. Okay, so with this one, it separates the edge of the subject from the background. Okay, so you can see with the preview, within the circle, half side is the one towards the background is transparent, becomes transparent. Okay, all right, so all you need to do, if you come inside like that, you will clean the subject, so you have to shift to more of the brush side should go onto the background. Okay, so with that, you just click and you move along and you separate the object from the background. Then after that, you can select the main eraser tool and erase the rest. Okay, so the edges, when it comes to these sides, okay, it separates, but when it comes to hair, you know, we all know how difficult selecting hairs it is. Okay, so maybe after this you can create a selection around it and just refine it. You can check my background removal video. So let's try it with images like this. Okay, it is very easy. I have a black background so that when we remove it, we can see the difference. So let's grab the background erase brush. Okay, and you can see it separates the subject from the background. Okay, let me turn off the background. Okay, so those it can just start and clean the edges very fast. So you can see the edges are cut out. Let me just clean this side. All right, now I can grab the eraser brush and continue to clean the excess. So let me select the background again and separate this edge. Okay, and then separate this edge. All right, I can even continue with this one. All right, so that is that. Anyways, it might not be perfect, but hey, it could be handy somewhere else. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So the next one is creating a scannable QR code. Okay, so let's locate the rectangle to click it, and when it floats over here, a bunch of tools, the last guy, not the last guy, the bottom here, we got the QR code guy. Click. So if you just want to create a non-scannable QR code, all you need to do is just click and drag, and you create a QR code. And you can click here to change the color. So if you want black, you can have black like that. All right, now suppose you want to create a clickable, or sorry, scannable QR code. Hold Control on the keyboard and click once. So over here we got the width, we got the height, we got the type URL with a phone number that you want to input there. What is this? Phone number cannot be blank. You have to input a phone number here, or whether a text, or your phone, SMS, email, WhatsApp, so email address, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's say we have a website, probably coolgraphics@youtube.com. Okay, you can change the width, so you can break this chain and change the width. So let me just increase the width. That's how it is. I'm not sure you want to increase that width. Okay, but hey, you can go for this. Let's copy this guy back into this. All right, and create. So when we scan this, what is that? When we scan this, you will get, you know, what happens when you scan that. So that's it. Now let's move on to the next guy. So the next trick is how to round corners of images, whether JPEGs. You don't have to clip it into a shape and round the shape corners. Okay, so let's go to the vector studio, and we have a shape over here. So with this shape, we can, with this tool right here, okay, the corner tool, we can select and round the corners. Okay, if you select this guy, let's select the corner tool and hold shift click, and then click this guy, click again and drag. You can round the corners like that. Okay, so let's say we have an image. Let's bring this image. Now let's delete this guy. So this image that we got right here, we can round the corners without clipping into any shape. First thing that we need to do is right click and convert to curves. Now after converting to curves, we can grab the corner tool and we can round corners. So beautiful as ABC. Wait a second, is ABC beautiful? Nah, as simple as ABC. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is saving PNG object without backgrounds. Okay, so by default, I think the canvas, the background will be white, even though there is nothing there. But when you continue to export this thing as PNG, you expect that, oh, there shouldn't be any background because I've cut out the background. But when you export, there will be background. Okay, so if you want to have the transparent view, just go to, you can set this when you are creating the document. I'll show you in the next video or some other video. Okay, but let's go to documents and setup, document setup. So if you scroll down, we have transparent background. If you click this and you click OK, you can see that we now have that transparent background. Okay, those boxes or pixels. Okay, now we don't have any background. But if we go to documents setup and document setup and we uncheck toggle, that becomes white. If we go ahead and export this thing, you can see it becomes yeah, even if you select PNG, it will be white background. Okay, it will be white background still. So if you want a transparent background, all you need to do is just go to documents and setup, document setup, and just turn this guy on, and I'll go to file, export as no export, and you see you have a transparent background in there. That's the preview. You can go ahead and export. So no, I'm not exporting it here. So that is how you get transparency in there. Okay, so thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. I'll bring you more tips and tricks. Kindly subscribe, and I'm out. This is Cool Graphics. Peace.